here would be the number one issue, I think, facing the legislative races: turnout. The Republicans are facing a kind of a triple tag team. They don't have the presidential candidate in the Republican Party investing in Minnesota. Mitt Romney does not even have a campaign office, whereas the Obama side has been up and running for over a year. That's a lot of resources, a lot of names that are being collected. The U.S. Senate race, the Republican candidate is just not running the kind of competent, strong, statewide campaign that we have seen in the past from Republicans, whereas the incumbent, Amy Klobuchar, is also running quite a good campaign, sometimes teaming up with Obama in his campaign, but often on her own. And then you've got the two parties. The Republican Party is in real financial and organizational trouble at this point. The Democratic Party, not in great shape, but certainly in better shape. So you look at all that, and there's going to be a lot of muscle on the Democratic side to turn out the vote, whereas there may be some discouragement among Republican voters who don't see a reason to vote in races that are not competitive, and there won't be that organizational triple teaming to turn them out to vote.
To that point, though, Dr. Jacobs, there's a lot of money and a lot of media being spent on the constitutional amendments, particularly the same-sex marriage ban, for lack of a better phrase for it, the definition of marriage, I should say. Do you think that this could drive voter turnout and kind of balance what you had just said?
Absolutely. The constitutional amendments may well drive turnout, though it's unclear which way. You remember in 2010, the big story there where Democrats didn't turn out because they were just not that excited about the Obama administration. That has continued to be an issue. It's not as big an issue in a presidential election year where people are more enthusiastic and tied in, but it remains an issue, particularly among younger voters. And the kind of battle over how to define marriage really registers with the younger voter set. It may help to drive turnout among younger folks, counteracting any drive by conservatives to get out their support.
And so do you think these ballot initiatives help or hurt any party's effort to win legislative control?
I think it probably helps both parties a bit, but I think the bigger factor here is going to be so much more organizational effort on the side of Democrats to get out the vote. It does not take a whole lot of impact. This is not, monumental change. We're talking half a percentage point could make the difference. You look back at 2010, the House races were decided by less than 700 votes in total. The Senate side, just a bit more than 2,000. Those are squeakers, and a whole lot of those squeaker races were won by Republicans. If there's just a downtick of 20, 30,000 voters distributed strategically, that could make the difference in Republicans hanging on to both or one chamber or losing them.